It's been since August. First week of August. We were together for 3 days, and we worked on, boy, do you remember what we worked on?
No idea.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pair up with somebody, and I literally want you to take a walk with that person. It's someone else, I will do the eye contact thing across the room again. Find someone that you didn't come with, someone that you don't know really well. You're going to pair up with someone, and you're literally going to take a walk. You can stand in the corner, you can walk around, you can go out in the hall, 5 minutes, and I want you to talk about last summer. I want you to talk about August. What do you remember? What did we do? What are the things that you still remember from those 3 days? Can we do that? Okay, when I say eye contact, make eye contact with someone, find a partner. Ready? Eye contact.
I'm going to ask you to wrap up your conversations and come on back in.
Did you reintroduce yourself to each other? You know each other's names. How quickly we forget. How quickly we forget to introduce ourselves. So name tags are important for me, certainly.
I'm Peggy.
Yeah, I'm Lee. Because we forget names like that. So you had a conversation about last summer. Okay. What was it like? Let it go. Were you able to remember things?
We remembered a lot.
Did anyone use their journals to do that? No? Okay. Because that's a reference. That is a reference of what we did over the last 3 days. Why would we have you get up and walk? That was the key ingredient to this. I didn't want you sitting at a table.
Because I drove for an hour and a half to get here.
And you need to stretch. Exactly. That's one reason.
And it's 8:45 in the morning.
Right. Another. Why would we have you do that?
A barrier by the table.
Right.
It's a barrier.
Right. There is. A table can stop conversation. It can stop conversation. When your students work in groups, do you have rules for that? Where they sit and how they work. Cooperative grouping is very important. And the rule in my class was knee to knee. I want you knee to knee, so that you're literally facing each other and touching knees, and you're as close as you can be to each other. That helps. When you stand up and do conversations like that, you tend to be closer, and there's no table in the way. What else?
We did a lot of work around here, so it helps you to remember.
You remember something because it puts you in that location. Did anyone go outside? Did you go outside? Great. Go outside. Great. Why else would we have you do this?
Moving around helps your brain think.
Exactly. It does. It helps your thinking. It really helps your thinking because it increases your blood flow. How often do we ask students to do really tough work, really strong memory work, sitting? And students need to change position. And all teachers do this. You all move your students around. I know you do, because it's a good thing for you. But there is work that you can ask of them while they are standing and walking and moving. And it's very helpful for them. It actually helps them focus because they're up in a different location. It's so important to recognize that learning happens everywhere and in all places. So when we change the environment, when we move them to different places, and it's still school, it's an extremely important experience for them. It's one of the main things they get out of field investigations or field trips or field work. This is school, it's in a different place. And that's a mindset that they have to develop. And yet, we cut field trips from schools. It's the first thing that goes in the budget. It's the first thing that goes. And yet those are significant emotional events for any student. I remember a lot of good teachers. I remember a couple of events, primarily in science classes. It was a focus of mine. I really liked the science, but I remember certain things we did in science every single year. I remember a lot. I remember every single field trip. Everyone, where it was, where it went, how long it took, what we did. Those are significant events. For me, anyway. I don't know about every other student, certainly.
A teacher shared a strategy with us in a workshop. Every 20 minutes or at the change of a topic or when a discussion was to happen, everybody stood up, everybody paired up, everybody walked around. Discussions happened actively. You're on your feet, you're walking around, you're in a different place. It puts you in a different physiological state in your brain. It's called peripatetic discussions. It's a very powerful learning strategy. And it's one thing that brain research actually tells us that's useful in education.
Yes.
Much of it is not,
Right.
but that's one that is.
Right. Be
The
careful of
peripatetic.
brain research.
Right, be careful of brain research.
Careful.
But that one actually has some very significant applications for the classroom. So get your students up, require them to move around.
Okay, so I'm just going to walk around and I'm going to just randomly point at people and give me a memory. Share.
All right.
Oh, wow, okay. Share a memory from last summer.
We looked at the building and its flaws in
Right.
design.
Flaws in the building. That was the big one.
Making a boat.
Oh, a boat. Do you remember the boat? With the saving your family on the water? Remember that one? Do you remember that one?
Cups on a string,
Oh, the cups on a string. Cups on a string was a
or above the string.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we
Under the
could.
string, under the string.
We changed the specs on that.
I have to tell you, we still laugh about the looks on your faces.
We still do. It's this mixture of shock and anger.
And the big, whoa!
We did it. We got the cup down. Everything worked fine. And then all of a sudden he says, "What? Put it on top of the string? How dare you? Because we had succeeded. And then a challenge to make the specs hard. And we all did it. It's great. Memory.
The way we wrap things up after each, there's bumper stickers and there was write-ups and graphs.
Okay, all right. So all those processing strategies that we did. There were a lot of those. We used a couple different ones today as well.
Making up the stories and the unknown object.
Oh, the stories, the mystery objects. That was pretty entertaining. That was theater at its best, I think. I think that was theater at its best.
The cubes.
Oh, the cubes. Yeah. That was a good thing that we did. We're putting our agenda together for the next module. So thanks for your help. We appreciate that.
Just the whole idea of all 3 days, basically learning by doing rather than
Right.
being told to do something, just kind of
Yeah.
discovering it as you go along.
Right. Learn by doing. So we tried to model the constructivist approach to teaching. We tried to model it with you. Not only we're looking at the nature of science, and we want to look at what inquiry is, and the best way to do that is with inquiry strategies. So hopefully the modules were designed that way, so that you built an understanding of XYZ, whatever it was we were after.
Lee's joke, of course, is we're going to teach you to do hands-on inquiry-based science, and I have a 44-slide PowerPoint.
Yeah, let's talk about inquiry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You don't talk about inquiry.
Oh, his face gets so red.
You don't talk about inquiry, you do inquiry. It just drives me crazy.
Measuring shadows.
Oh, shadows.
I
Oh, yeah,
didn't think I could
shadows.
move that much in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's always incredible. That's amazing. Lisa?
We did some work with erosion.
Yes, erosion. More?
The map activity with the river crossings.
Maps, the Minnesota maps. I forgot that. Go ahead.
Then we observed those pictures.
Oh, the pictures, the Native American pictures. Gee, thanks. I forgot all about that. Oh. I need to remember this too.
The pencil thing.
The pencil thing?
The center mass.
Oh, the center mass.
Center mass thing.
I wrote it down back here because I want to look at it again. Yeah, this
Oh, the
is
pencil
so
thing.
fascinating.
They might be in the tub. They might be in a different tub.
And we can certainly build one for you.
Yeah, we can certainly build them. Yeah, right. The center mass, the whole center mass thing. What did I miss?
Sharing the tools from home.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We did BAGO stuff. We looked at technology that we use every day. We shared favorite tools that we have from home and how we could improve it. How we might improve it and make that tool better. Again, all that engineering stuff. Okay, what did we miss?
Incorporating assessment, where you use the assessment as.
Right.
We had the pictures where we had symbols to describe ourselves.
Oh, yeah, life in pictures.
Oh, life in pictures.
Life in pictures. That was the very first thing we did. That was the very first thing we did.
How to write a question.
Yeah, we had to write a question. We had to write an investigable question. And this, and I'll challenge you on this, when were you asked to write that question? at the end, which is unusual. But for elementary, I think it's very helpful in building the skill. The goal is, by middle school, they've got the question formulated when they start. But for elementary, they need to be able to develop that skill. And this is one way to take the stress off, to have them do an investigation, and then at the end figure out, gee, what was it we were investigating? What was our question? And it just helps them. What else did we miss? Anyone else? Well, the journals, the actual use of journals. Actually, we're going to do more with that today.
Wow, we were busy.
I guess we did. That was a busy 3 days. What else?
Group experiment. Did that balancing,
Oh, yeah.
first thing we did, balance on one leg?
Oh, yeah, the whole balance inquiry. And it started with the on the foot. Yeah. Gee, yeah. Those are things you remember. Those are things you remember.
That great bucket of stuff we got at the end.
Let's not forget the inquiry boxes. You know, we're working with a number of other regions on this science module thing, and you're the only ones. It's the only ones that got that box of resources.
We were gonna steal stuff out of it.
There's some stuff we don't have.
You have stuff we don't
You
have.
have a soil core.
I use it yesterday.
Use it yesterday. It does look like a little pogo stick. For a squirrel. It's a pogo stick for a squirrel.
Quick active reading, and I come up with it. This is the pet kid. Use it for lots of other things.
That's right. That's right.
None of those pics have, blood hair on them or anything.
Yeah.
There are students like that, I understand. There are students like that, I understand.
This was a good 3 days.
This is
Anything
a
else?
great 3 days. Did anything else you missed? Outstanding.
Bagels?
Bagels, bagels, coffee.
What I like, boys with boys, girls with girls. I
You still remember that?
Oh, yeah, boys with boys, girls with, I mean,
Yes.
Jennifer was telling me.
Does it work? Does
It
make a
works.
difference? It makes a difference, depending on what you do.
Oh, this, yeah, grouping.
The grouping, the whole groupings thing.
Gender and threes.
Yeah, we're big on that.
I'm gonna add one. What about the quick write strategies? Quick
Oh,
writes,
yes.
quick draws.
Yeah.
Well, the drawing, and my kids, draw what you see. They always want to write, but encourage them while they're drawing.
Why do you want to relive it?
Makes connections.
Mm-hmm.
It's like reviewing for a test. It teaches kids to.
Right. You got to bring it up to the front of your brain, if you will. If we're going to continue from this point on, it's good to review what we've done. There's no test here, but it's a list of experiences that each of you has a memory about, and we're trying to bring that to the forefront before we continue.
And nobody had this entire list in their head.
No one did.
But by collectively doing it, we sort of reactivate that memory, and now we can build on it.
Make set?
Yeah. Good.
So this is the same group we had in August.
It is.
It is.
It's just a way for us to verify. Should we get
let's
them up
do-
again?
let's
Okay,
do
we've been
that.
sitting way too
We've been
long
sitting
now.
way too long.
One of the real advantages of inquiry strategies is they are not specific to science, but they help you link science to everything else. My friend Lee Schmitt says science is the reason you learn to read and write.
It's the reason you learn math, too.
It's the reason you learn math. So we're going to do a math inquiry now. And we're going to model, again, a strategy that you can use really in any content area, but we're going to focus on math.